This is the Conscious Hour.
Especially with the recent, few days in Lebanon, is we've seen historically, and especially in the past year, how the Lebanese people have had this unwavering support for Palestine, for Gaza and for Palestinian liberation. And this is the case even if it means they have to, sacrifice themselves and their families and face the consequences of doing that. Where would you say this strong commitment of the Lebanese people stems from? After all, a lot of them are paying with their lives. They're going through immense difficulty. Where do you think this commitment stems from?
This is engraved in our genes and our ancestral fights, Sarah. While you were saying this question, I was thinking, is it the religion only? No. Is it only about Palestine? No, and since the dawn of history, we have this mythologies about queen warriors and princess warriors of Zenobia, Elisar, the brightness of our queens and princes in our Phoenician mythologies and our religion as well, the wanting to fight the evil, the wanting to actually sacrifice your life for your land, for the bigger cause, this is something engraved in the way of life. And I'm so proud to be a Lebanese person. We are a melting pot of culture. We are the legacy of my land is inventing law in Iraq. It's inventing religion in Palestine. It's inventing manufacturing arts and the first inhabited civilized cities in the world were in Iraq and Lebanon and Syria. This is where we come from. Right. So our want and perseverance to defend our homeland comes from the greatness of our homeland and our people. But also this steadfastness that you see in the Lebanese pro-resistance ranks mostly, a lot of blood has been shed in this land. A lot of sacrifice has been put. And because it is tangible, the wins are tangible. People lost their homes, but people were able to come back. They witnessed and they contributed in rebuilding their homes, not once, but twice. You cannot erase this memory. So they know that if they fight with merit and with deserving and with faith, they will liberate their land, they will liberate their prisoners, and they will rebuild it, and they will rebuild their lives over there. They have done it before. This is why they don't change their mind. We are proudly as Lebanese in 2006, and I am from that generation. I was 17 years old in 2006. We are the only people in this region that have shown you what Israelis look like when defeated. We are the first people that defeated the Israelis in the history of this struggle. Ever since Israel took Palestine, nobody defeated it. The first defeat was in 2006. And inshallah, the second big defeat will be in 2024.
As many people, especially here, associate the Lebanese resistance to a very small faction of Shia Muslim. But what we're seeing, according to what you're saying, and a lot of what is coming out from in the region itself, it's not just Shia Muslims, it's not even just Muslims. So many people, Christians, non-Muslims are behind this. Can you speak a little bit to that as well?
I think that has nothing to do with religion at that point, because many of the Muslims in the region are complicit with Israel, and they're dealing with them as Israel slaughters other Muslims. So it's not about the religion here, it's more about your actual practicing what you preach. And our struggle is with the colonization. It's not a struggle for the sky, it's a struggle for the land. In Lebanon, I can speak about Lebanon and Palestine. I could now remember randomly the Bishop of Baalbek. He's a resistance fighter in his own terms, because he's spreading the solidarity and the steadfastness of his Christian community in Baalbek. So why is the Christian community in Baalbek pro-resistance? Because they have been oppressed and occupied, and they have been killed and brutalized by the Israelis. So the resistance is the reaction. The action is the occupation. Wherever there's occupation, there is resistance. Occupation does not regard religion when they bomb churches, when they rape. Now, Layan is a Christian prisoner in the Israeli prisons. She's a student. She's a college student. What did she do? No conviction. No, there's nothing. Just arrest without any crime for months now. If you don't see through these things, you just have to ask yourself: didn't this mainstream media lie to me about a group of people before? And I want to ask you one thing. I mean, if it's only a matter of religion here, why are the Jews of the world standing and saying "not in my name"? And these narratives have been long used, and they don't work anymore, Sarah. Trust me.
Absolutely.
It doesn't work. Shia Muslims, Sunnah Muslims, atheists, whatever your religion is, do you understand that these people came from Europe and the West and took our homes and lands right in front of your eyes with your empowerment? Do you understand what that means? Do you understand that this is textbook colonization and that our right is to fight? Once you get that, you try to be empathetic, not apathetic. You try to put yourself in our shoes. You know that it's not about the religion. The religion maybe strengthens people. The ideology makes them disregard the sacrifice in a way because of the strong faith. But it doesn't give you the political stance here. The political stance comes from the political events. And had there not been an occupation, Shia Muslims of Lebanon would prefer to do something else, not always fight, But because we're occupied, Shia, the Sunnah, the Druze, the Christians, the non-religious, everybody is fighting the oppressor at that point.